Namaste and good morning to everyone. I hope you are able to hear me clearly.
Namaste and good morning to everyone.
Okay, so you can just type in good morning or GM in the live chat, and how are you feeling as of now? So, would like to hear from all of you. If you can just type in, how are you feeling? You can say great, good, or fine, and then we'll get started. Yes, I can see a few of you have already started putting in messages. Yes, a relaxing Sunday. All right, excellent. So we'll get started for today's session. So the topic for today is a very important one for each one of us. And as we all know, that sleep is one of the very, very important part of our overall health, right? And it has a very strong relation with our health. So we will talk about that. I'm sure this topic will be of a lot of importance to you also. So before we start, I want to thank all of you for being with us, being part of the CoCure community and our sessions. Many of you have given very positive feedback and that you are enjoying, the daily routines that we are bringing to all of you. So thank you for that. Appreciate you all sharing your feedback, and that actually motivates us and is a source of energy to all of us, for me and the entire CoCure team. So, on that strong note of positivity, let us get started. Uh, we, as we bring, these sessions to all of you, daily online sessions with complete flexibility, right? With multiple slots in the morning and also in the evening. Let me just quickly tell why it is important to join these sessions and do it with us, right? So while yoga, many of us might be knowing few of the yoga techniques. Many of us might be practicing as well, right? But when it comes to results, when it comes to showing the impact on our health, right? What is very important is consistent practice. And apart from this consistent practice, there is also the order in which we do these practices, right? There is a science behind it. Then there are, various ways in which we have to do the techniques, like when to breathe, when to inhale, exhale, and the kind of movements, the extent of movement, when to hold, and all of that, right? So there are, multiple steps involved. And when we, join a session with any instructor, we are live, we do together, there is a constant give and take, right? And then you follow all the practices in a exactly the way it has to be performed in the most ideal way. That way, you know within those 45 minutes, we follow all those instructions and perform the steps. That gives us the maximum benefits. So my sincere request to all of you, if we want maximum benefits to come out of the time that we are investing in our uh, these daily any health routine, I request you to join the sessions and perform with us. And I am very, very confident that within few days you will see the difference. Okay, so let us begin today's session. Let me introduce myself. I'm Deepak Bisen, yoga wellness coach, and practicing yoga for more than 14 years now. The way I came into yoga was completely, incidental. There was no plan, but maybe towards the end, I'll share my own story as well, right? How I became a big yoga fan. And then I felt that I should not be just keeping this magic of yoga with me, but spread it to everyone possible, right? And that is how my journey started. I completed my Master of Science in yoga. where therapy is the core aspect that we learn and we teach. So yoga has, kind of moved on from just an ancient old wisdom from India to a therapy or to a technique that is used by most of the hospitals or the modern medical science as a therapy. Okay, I also did a diploma in yoga education for teachers, and then also completed my government certified yoga teacher course. In fact, just to share with you, when I did my yoga certification, that is, run by Ministry of Ayush, right? And under the Ministry of Health, I was under the 500 people, right? The first 500 people in India who were certified by the Ministry of Ayush as yoga teachers, right? So, just a privilege that I got because I started early in this field. And I'm very happy that since then, I have been able to impact thousands of people with my teaching. And I am very, very, positive and enthusiastically looking forward to today's session and share my learnings with you all. Okay, so let us begin today's topic, managing sleep disorders and fatigue with yoga. So let us first understand when we talk about sleep related problems, how big these problems are. Are we only talking about few people, uh, you know, who are maybe, stressed because of work, or maybe certain people who are having, some ailment or any kind of disease or health condition? No, here we are talking about everybody, right? Uh, so if we look at just the on the left hand side of the screen, how much sleep disorders have gone across the common society, right? Within our society, 25% or more people are having the problem of insomnia, which is not getting sleep when they want to sleep, right? And this is like one in every four people. So you can understand how big this problem has become. There is a condition called as obstructive sleep apnea, right? Which deteriorates the quality of sleep. So while let's say you have slept at whatever time you wanted to sleep, and then when you get up, you're not feeling fresh. That is because some obstruction has happened or some disturbance has happened in your sleep. So more than 37% of people in India are facing this problem. So which is every person out of three people. And then feeling sleepy during the daytime, right? So again here, roughly 20% of the people in India are facing this problem of not uh, you know feeling energized or energetic during the day, and have a kind of a sense of taking a nap, right? Because they're not fresh. So that is one person in every five people around us, right? So that gives us the kind of scale of this problem, right? How big this problem is, why we need to focus on our sleep right now, right? Let us look at some of the lifestyle factors that you see on the right side of the screen. So 84% of us use phones before bed. Now, this I call as a calamity, right? Epidemic, you may want to call, right? The phones, the social media, and the way it has kind of entered into our life. It is breaching all the ports and taking away all our peace. I would say, right? 58% of us sleep after 11 p.m., right? If you just think of this situation maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago, when the phones were not that many, it was TV, right? People used to watch TV late in the night, right? And now, because of phone, again, one more device has got added, right? And all of that has pushed our sleep time late in the night, correct? And almost 44% do not feel refreshed in in the morning when they wake up, right? So these are big numbers. We may not be realizing how much big this problem is, but all these numbers that we are showing are from studies done not very long ago. So this was in December 2023. All these numbers were identified through surveys, a scientific survey that was carried out. And imagine, so we are already 1.5 years from that study, and how bad these numbers would have become today. So that actually is really a scary situation if you want to understand how big the problem is, right? Let us also look at what happens when in any due to any reason, if the body is not able to get the required amount of sleep, how it affects us, right? How it kind of creates an impact on our various factors of health, right? First is the cognitive and emotional effect, right? So emotions, I would say, are one of the most important part of our personality. How we behave, how we react, right? And then the people around us, be it our family, when we go out, people around us, if we go to office, our colleagues in the office, all of them become part of our daily life, and they also feel the effect because of our emotions, which becomes anxious, irritable, and also many times feeling of sadness comes into our emotion. Whereas from cognitive functions perspective, our memory, our focus, attention, decision making, all of these attributes get impacted in a negative manner, correct? If you look at the physical health, right, because of lack of sleep or the disturbances in the sleep, we can face increased risk of various lifestyle related diseases, including diabetes, heart diseases, obesity, blood pressure going abnormal, all of these. And overall, right, over a period of time, if this continues, then it also starts impacting our immunity and the productivity, right? And then all of this then also starts reflecting into our social and economic aspects, like in our workplace our efficiency goes down, and because of the health related issues, we overburden, or add more burden to uh, our budget and our finances, right? So I don't think, I mean, there is any doubt about why sleep is important and how deeply it is integrated to all the aspects of our life, including our health. Now that we have spoken about uh, this massive challenge that is lying in front of us, let us now look at what do we do from here, right? And there is a good news, correct? Where yoga can help and come as a therapy to address this challenge. And I'm not just talking this because I know yoga. I'm talking about this because science has proved it. Right? There are various studies, scientific studies that has been conducted on various yoga techniques. Using these techniques, when they were applied on people who were facing these sleep-related problems, what has and how it has impacted them, right? First of all, whenever we do consistent yoga practice, it activates our parasympathetic nervous system. Now, this nervous system is actually helping us and helping our body to heal ourselves from the various activities that we do, right? And the kind of wear and tear that happens in our body, correct? And one very important aspect is the hormonal imbalance, right? Cortisol, adrenaline, there are these important hormones that get produced in the body, but the regulation of these hormones are very important. So, how our body reacts to the various problems in our body is through hormones, right? And cortisol is not a very good hormone if it is produced in very large quantity, right? There are requirements, there are needs, but then it has to be regulated to the optimum level. And when we do consistent yoga practice, the regulation of the hormone secretion happens within our body. The next very important aspect from sleep is the melatonin production and something that we call as circadian rhythm, which is the body clock that we have within us, right? So the way nature is, right? Every day in the morning we see sun, we see the plants, getting fresh air for all of us, and throughout the day this continues, and in the evening, the nature becomes silent, right? Or the activity reduces, the sun sets, and as soon as that happens, we also see the animals, the birds, they also become quiet, and the nature gets into the sleep mode. Same is with our body. In the morning, our energy and attention is at the highest level. Then we sustain that through the day. And in the evening, we are supposed to get into the rest mode, right? That is how the sleep triggers in. But because of some of the challenges that we just discussed, especially with the use of mobile phone, eating late, watching TV late, and other activities that we delay in the evening part or the later part of the day, is pushing our sleep towards the later time. And that impacts this circadian rhythm. Correct? So let us look at the scientific research that has been done and the benefits of yoga found from that. So immediately, you will observe that with consistent yoga practice, the sleep quality will improve. And mind you, I'm just talking about quality, okay, not quantity. So whenever we sleep, maybe you can take note of this point for the next few days, that the sleep quantity doesn't matter that much. When you, let's say, complete roughly 6 to 7 hours, you know, once you've finished that much of sleep, even if you add 1 or 2 more hours of sleep, that doesn't ensure that you wake up full of energy, right? But what matters is that for those 6 to 8 hours that you have slept, how was the quality of the sleep, right? And that aspect, the quality of the sleep, is what matters most and gets influenced by techniques like yoga. Immediately, once the sleep quality improves, the fatigue or the kind of loss of energy that we feel, the anxiety and the sadness that we feel, all of that starts to slowly reduce, right? And then with these kind of challenges uh, getting reduced, we will also observe that during the night time, whatever amount of disturbances you may have felt because of the sleep issues, the sleep disorders, all those issues also get reduced, right? And all of this helps into better continuity of our sleep, and that happens more regularly on day-to-day basis, right? So it is all about how we consistently and sincerely start involving yoga practices into our day-to-day routine to see these benefits that are already proven by conducting multiple scientific researches. Now let us look at some of the yoga practices that can help, especially for the sleep disorders. Right now, if you see, uh, there are so many yoga techniques, and many times when we don't know anything about yoga, first thing we do, go to internet, right? And there is loads of information, hundreds of videos, I don't know, thousands of reels being made. But we have to understand every individual is unique, right? And for depending on how your health condition is, how you are, you know we can help you to design these yoga routines as per your condition. Let us look at some of the key practices that has direct impact on our sleep quality. The first one, the postures, what we also call as asanas, right? So we typically in all our yoga sessions, we start with stretching and then we also do some postures. So there are few postures that are mentioned here like Paschimottanasana, Shashankasan, Ardha Halasan, and Shavasana. Shavasana being the relaxation posture that we do towards the end. So all of these postures, has direct impact in terms of improving our sleep quality. Okay. Now let me take a pause here and share my own experience about the sleep routine. So I come from IT industry where we work with multiple teams, especially in different geography. So I was working with this is almost 10 years back or more than that. So I used to work with a team in US, and as we know, the time difference is such that we needed to have the meetings during our India night time, and because of that, my sleeping timing or the way the routine of sleep got completely disturbed. Sometimes I used to sleep, let's say at 10, sometimes at 11, or sometimes even around midnight, right? Depending on when those crucial meetings used to happen. And because of that, I observed that every day, in the morning, whenever I'm getting up, I felt that maybe I should have, slept for 1 hour more or 2 hours more, right? That kind of a feeling. And then during the day also, my energy level was not very good, right? Not consistent. And that is when I observed that when I am doing regular yoga practices and some of these postures that are mentioned here, immediately it started to help me sleep better, right? And uh, anyone wants to guess, whenever there is an example of sleeping in the best manner, what do we tell to each other? How we should be sleeping? Can you type on the yoga, sorry, our live chat about what kind of uh, people sleep the best, right? I'm giving an example. Uh, it is all about age. So whether people with less age sleep better or more age sleep better. Can anyone type in the chat? Whenever we take example of the best kind of sleep, what is the saying that we say or tell each other? Yeah, sound sleep is right. But who has the best sleep? Let's say in a family, right? Whether it is children, the adults, or the elderlies. Who gets the best sleep? You think the kids? Absolutely. So thank you for the response in the chat. So what happens is in the childhood we are so active, our emotions are so positive, we are playing, we are laughing, and our state of emotions, our mental state, our physical state, they are all so much positive. The children sleep effortlessly, right? Many times you would have observed, some noises will be coming, people around them are doing so many activities, but children don't care. When they are in deep sleep, nobody can disturb them, right? And there is a common saying, sleeping like a child, right? So why I'm using this factor or this particular saying is that when we do these yoga postures regularly, I myself have seen, my sleep just like a child, right? So many things happening around me, but I am not getting any disturbance from my sleep at all, right? So that's the kind of direct impact I personally observed when I myself was going through a disturbed routine of sleep. Now let us look at the breathing techniques. Breathing techniques are also very important, and many of us are not aware that breathing is the biggest source of energy for all of us, right? Including myself. I was not aware of this, that, for all the humans, what is the source of the biggest energy for us? I used to think that, we eat food all the time, like in the morning, afternoon, evening, night, and food is giving us energy. But do you know, when we eat food, we are giving work to our body. Our digestive system has to work very hard to digest the food. Then our circulatory system has to absorb the nutrition from our digestive tract, right? And then so many systems have to be in place to, completely take care of all the food items that we have put into our body, correct? Whereas you all and myself are also aware that during the festival season we do fasting, which means the whole day we are not eating, correct? And still we are able to live. But can you imagine of living for even minutes without taking one breath? Anyone? No, right? So that's the beauty of breathing, because it is happening in an involuntary fashion without our notice. We don't pay enough attention to our breathing. We think, oh yeah, yeah, breathing is fine anyway, we are doing. But over a period of time, when we do not pay attention to our breathing becomes shallow. And I request all of you who might have shallow kind of breathing issues, look at our one of the videos on the CoCure channel about sectional breathing. I have talked about the impact because of shallow breathing and how we can uh, address the issue of shallow breathing with some of the very effective techniques that are scientifically proven. Okay, so that is on CoCure channel on YouTube. So here, as you see, under breathing techniques, we have to focus on sectional breathing, the Nadi Shodhan pranayam, which is like bringing balance between both the left and right side of our body, right? And then also improve the circulation of prana throughout our body. And Brahmari. Now, this Brahmari practice is very simple. At the same time, I would say very underrated. Like people think, okay, I'm not feeling anything, after practicing it. But then there is a method to it. And uh, in all our sessions, we do some rounds of Brahmari practice because of the kind of benefits it brings to us, right? Not only physical level, but mentally it brings down lot of thoughts that we carry during most of the times, right? Some or the other thoughts are always there in our mind. Our mind is like a busy thing, like always thinking about something, and we don't give enough rest to our mind. So Brahmari is that practice that can actually help to reduce all that overload on our mind. Okay. Next, look at the very important aspect of evening routines, right? How we can bring some of the effective practices in the evening to help us uh, improve the sleep. So one is journaling, right? As I was just talking about, we are overloading our mind with so many thoughts. When we do journaling, this is simple, taking a diary and writing down, okay, your thoughts or how your day was or what you want to plan next day, right? So once you kind of download all these thoughts, when you put a structure to your way of thinking, suddenly you will observe that your mind has become calm, right? So before we sleep or in the evening time, you should do journaling. It's a very good tool for our overall personal growth as well. Next is deep breathing. Before the sleep, if we perform few rounds of deep breathing, that helps calm down all the systems in our body. So we have talking about digestive system. We spoke some time back, right? Then we have circulatory system, our musculoskeletal system, all these systems that are within our body working for us. We need to calm them down, and deep breathing is a beautiful technique to do that. Then guided relaxation. So in our daily yoga sessions, we teach different kind of guided relaxation techniques, and using those before the sleep can prepare your body at physical level, at mental level, and also at the emotional level to have a very sound sleep, right? So do not have to worry about noting each one of these things. We will be able to share the presentation with you later for your reference, or anyway when you join our sessions, we talk about and let each one of you to practice all these techniques so that you can have the first hand experience of doing these yoga techniques. All right, as we are coming towards the end, see, we talked about so much of knowledge, right? We talked about information, but then this information and knowledge can only help us when we take action, right? So here on this slide, I am trying to help you with some actionable, okay, so that how you can incorporate these techniques in your day-to-day routine, correct? So first thing, be consistent with your yoga practice. So here, a very good option for you, to join our yoga sessions. We take care of all the various aspects like the different routines, the sequence, the order, the instructions, step by step guidance. Everything is provided so that your yoga routine becomes effortless, right? Those 45 minutes every day should energize you and make you so much positive that you can take care of any kind of challenge that comes in your life, right? And that I'm not just saying because it is written in books. I myself have experienced this from my own experience of more than 25 years of professional experience in corporate life, and being father of two children and managing family, work, and uh, all the activities of my passion like yoga. Okay, next one. Use a calming music or a guided audio to relax yourself. See, many times unknowingly in the night time also, we know we hear loud uh, new music, or let's say, we don't allow our body to get into the rest phase, right? So be mindful, be aware, get into the calming side of things. If you like music, hear the more relaxing kind of music. Very, very important point that comes next is avoiding screen at least 1 hour before the sleep. And this is also scientifically proven. Our mobile device or even laptop device, these rays that reach our eyes, they do not allow our body to get into the rest phase. See, normally when the sun sets, that is the trigger to our body that now we have to calm down and get into the rest phase. But the lights that are emitted from our devices, they give a signal to our brain that the rest phase has not started yet, correct? And that is why it is important to avoid any screens, be it TV, mobile, or laptop, at least 1 hour before the sleep. And last one, and this is very, very important, that many times because of our routines or our day-to-day practice, we have shifted lot of activities in the night to the later time. Like for example, our dinner, right? Many people are having late dinner without any reason. So let's say even if we come back from office early, we just keep ourselves busy with so many other things, and do not get into uh, that habit of sleeping early, and because of that, all other things we keep doing, including our dinner, till very late. Okay, so ideally we should finish our dinner at 8 p.m., okay, so that we can plan and prepare our body for sleep by 10 p.m. I'm talking about ideal situation, right? And I know today, speaking about this, uh, this schedule like 8 p.m. dinner and 10 p.m. sleep, people will laugh at me, right? But I'm serious. We have seen how serious this problem has become. Our sleep is getting deteriorated. Our health, because of the sleep deterioration, is getting impacted. And if we do not take action now, today, I don't know when we will be able to take control of our health. And we will keep telling and talking about problems, but we will not pay attention to the solution. And with this, let me tell you how CoCure team is helping you to address these issues. As I was mentioning about the daily sessions with flexible timings, we have 3 sessions as of now, and we are open for feedback and comments from you on improving this flexibility even further. Right now, we have 7:30 in the morning, 8:30 again in the morning, and then 5:30 session in the evening. Very effortless routine, whether you're starting yoga journey, whether you're already practicing, or you want to take your yoga experience to the next level. We cater to all kinds of different aspects of yoga. There are very easy to uh, view reminders that are sent on the phone, so you cannot miss these sessions, right? On WhatsApp, the daily reminders for each session is sent. Then, along with that, we also can arrange a one-on-one session on setting your complete lifestyle, your day-to-day routine, not just yoga, but all the other aspects as part of our lifestyle to help you achieve all your health goals, right? And then, in addition to all of this, we will arrange a free self-discovery call with an expert psychologist, because any change we want to bring in our life, right, it requires change in the mindset. And if you're still struggling, see, we all know the benefits of keeping ourselves healthy. We all know that we need to have discipline in life, but it becomes challenging because of our practices, because of our habits, and maybe because of our responsibilities that we may have. But there is always a solution. And I am going to emphasize to all of you to take benefit of all these offerings from the Procure platform. The link is mentioned here, but you don't have to worry about noting it down, because we will be sharing all this information with you on WhatsApp. Now let us quickly look at the discounted offer that we have on the subscription. So monthly, quarterly, half yearly, and yearly, there are multiple options that you have to subscribe to us. And as you can see, if we subscribe for a longer duration, that is for committing yourself to these yoga practices on consistent basis. We have tried to reduce the price as much as possible, so that we can help you bring the discipline of healthy habits in your day-to-day life and transform yourself into a version of yourself that is super healthy and super happy. The payment is done through Razorpay, which is a very safe and secure way to do the payment online. And we have also mentioned the support number, but again, all these information will be shared with you in your WhatsApp. So with that, let me open this entire forum for questions and answers. And let me hear from you all, in case you are also facing sleep related challenges. Anyone is, you know, facing this challenge of getting up after the sleep and not feeling fresh, you can type in yes in the chat. Let's say, all 7 days in a week can be different, right? And let's say if you get up in the morning and not feeling fresh for 3 to 4 days in a week, then please say yes. Or if you think that improving your sleep quality is important to you, type IMP, important. How important you think sleep is for our health? You can type in IMP. Excellent. We got a response from our participant saying with yoga practice, we can experience the improvement in sleep. And believe me, this is so magical. Like, I myself, when my sleep habit had become irregular, I used to face loss of energy, fatigue, irritability, be it with family members or sometimes at even at office. And I was not able to understand why this is happening with me, why I'm getting angry, right? Why I'm not feeling peaceful, right? And when I started the regular practice of yoga, then I realized, I mean, especially with yoga, our awareness improves, correct? And with that awareness, we then can find out, okay, why these challenges are happening with me. So my sincere request to all of you, make sure that you practice healthy routines on day-to-day basis. And with that, especially with yoga that happens, our awareness improves so quickly. We are able to relate in our mind why this is happening, especially with, things that are happening within us. Right? Things that are happening outside, we hardly have control. What we have control or more control, I can say, is things that are happening within us, right? And that is what can make a difference. Situations can come in life, anything can happen, but how we respond to that situation, that power remains with us. Now we want to use that power of awareness to respond in a manner that is best suited for us, is completely up to us, correct? And it is in our control. Okay, please type any question that you may have in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer the queries from you. One of the question while we are waiting for the others to type down, one of the questions that I frequently get, that what is the ideal time to sleep? I just briefly mentioned about it some time back, but I wanted to give a lot of importance to this. So we talked about clock in our body, right? There is a circadian rhythm that our body follows. See, we all are part of nature, correct? We come, we are born out of nature, and we are going to be part of nature when we leave this world, correct? And our life, like on day-to-day basis, is very much connected to the nature. So I always tell whosoever asks these questions, the ideal timings of doing our things in day, right? In our routine. So we should get up at least by sunrise or before sunrise. And ideally after sunrise, we have to reduce our activities. And believe me, this period is when our body can be the most productive, most effective and efficient. Okay. We don't have, whatever be our goals, we don't have to work, more like 18 hours or 20 hours in a day to achieve success. We have to be productive. Even when working for 8 to 9 hours, we have to think how we can make ourselves most productive, right? And that should take care of all, the success that we want to achieve in life. If we try to achieve success in life by compromising health, believe me, it is not sustainable at all, right? Okay, one question I received, that during a holiday or when you are free, is it okay to sleep during the day? Okay, so as per Ayurveda, there are certain seasonality associated with it. Okay, so during summer, they say it is okay to take a short nap. Okay, but other seasons we should not ideally be sleeping. This is, I'm talking about ideal, right? But what happens, we have to be also practical, that during the work days, let's say someone is having a work routine which is late in the evening, and if we are not able to sleep early enough and we are not feeling very fresh on a regular basis, then it is okay, once a week or maybe twice, you take a short nap during the afternoon time. But it should not become like a regular habit. Okay, that is just as a recovery routine. And I have a very good suggestion for this as well, that we should practice something called as Yoga Nidra. Okay, on our channel, we are going to talk about Yoga Nidra as well. You will see the video coming on Yoga Nidra very soon. The practice of Yoga Nidra is actually helping us to relax. Okay, and this practice is so effective that it is giving our body the kind of rest that after 2 3 hours or even 4 hours of sleep gives the amount of rest can be taken within 20 minutes or 30 minutes only, right? So that powerful this technique of Yoga Nidra is, and we keep talking about this technique during our sessions, and I'll have a dedicated video created on the CoCure YouTube channel. I hope I answered that question. Let us also see if anyone else has any other question. And while more questions are coming, just the last aspect about the timing. So try and finish your dinner by 8 or before 8 p.m. in the evening, so that our body can prepare itself for sleeping around 10 or at least before 11, right? So if you want to keep a target for a good sleep, I would say start with 11 p.m. if you are already sleeping before 11, after 11, right? So try to bring it to 11 and slowly over a period of time try to bring it closer to 10, right? That will actually give or improve the quality of our sleep and will make us to completely recharged by the time we get up in the morning. So during the sleep, there are a lot of functions that are happening. For example, the process of elimination starts. The circulatory system tries to take all the toxins or unwanted things from our body and tries to push them towards the channel of elimination. Correct? So our large intestine. Right? So all of this process happens while we are sleeping, and as we all do, right? In the morning, first thing after getting up, we freshen up, right? And the process of elimination is done. But then, with the irregular sleep, with the disturbances in sleep, the process of elimination is impacted. It doesn't eliminate all the unwanted things from our body, and that also creates, you know, health impacts to our body. So, very important that we always try and help our body to sleep on time, so that all these background processes that keep happening during the night time can happen as per, ideally how it should. All right. Okay, with that, I think we are coming towards the end of this session. I request each one of you to stay connected with us, reach out to us in case you have any queries. Uh, when you subscribe to our plans, we will schedule a one-on-one call with you to understand what health goals you have, and then we can come up with a plan and a routine for you to help you reach your goals, not after many months or years, but much shorter period of time. With that, I thank all of you for being part of this session. Have a great day ahead. आपका दिन शुभ हो. Namaste to each one of you. Thank you for joining.